This video is going to be a little bit of improvising in Open G. Open G is a really cool tuning, but if you don't know where you're going, it sucks. So especially if you're coming from standard tuning. Now this thing's being a bit of it. It's really humid here today and I'm having a hard time keeping this thing in tune. Anyway, this is a National wood body Triolean. I have 3 Nationals. I think you're fortunate if you have one. I'm lucky enough to have 3. This is my wood body one, and it's a beautiful guitar. I've owned a number over the years, and I've owned some Regals too, and I've actually had a few Regals that stood up to Nationals. They were that good. So if you're into Regals, they're a cheaper brand. This thing cost me about, after all said and done, I think $2,500. The reason I really like Nationals is because they have a really big fat neck on them, which I never got with a Regal, and I love a big fat neck. And they sound really good. Anyways, close enough. So in Open G, if you know your scales, like my G scale, pentatonic in standard tuning, remains the same on these 3 strings. Now this string has changed, so now your G is here instead of being here. So these strings have changed. So these are the same. G7. You just bar your fingers here, bar your one finger here, and you can go up between your G and your G7. I do a lot of this in Open G too. So I'll be beating on my G string. My A has been tuned down to a G. This would be in standard tuning. This would be your G7 would be here, and you might use this. Well, now you can just use this part, and it sounds good with that low D against it. The old blues guys too, like Son House, they would use you know, this G, but sometimes they go. Robert Johnson did that. I can't do it exactly like him, but in that area. Another good lick. Robert Johnson and Son House do this lick. What that is and then with your G. which is just. So I'm hitting this one with the slide, so. And then going into my G. But without basses and stuff, there's still lots of cool stuff you can do. Here's a couple turnarounds in open G. Watch this. Your two fingers, see where they are. On the D string and the B string. You can also do that on these. So make your 7 pull down. Do your shuffle. What I'm doing is going. So on the 3rd string, or on your 4th string, sorry. Then up at your 4 chord. Which is at your 5th fret. Five chord at your 7th fret. 5th fret. So. You can also do so I'm just hitting the very first string. Second and 3rd fret, and I'm doing it thumping on my G. And you can slide right into that full G. 7. Here is when I was here before, up on at the 5th fret in my 4 chord, and I was going. Well, you can do that down here too. Yeah, Robert Johnson's son, household, them guys use these. That's your 4 chord. Your 5 chord, same thing. But I use this bass on the 5 chord, the very low D. So in context. Or you can just go. And you can use this in these notes too. So at your 3rd and 4th, open. So. And sometimes for rhythm, you'll just hear guys using that. They'll be going. this too in rhythm. When I was doing the whole turnaround thing, but I'll just use this part. And don't be afraid to mix them up. So you might go on your one chord, you'll be doing this. And here I'm just going, I call it the Keith Richards chord. Anyway, those are just a few little things you can do in Open G.